today on Divorce Court.
I'm on divorce court today because my wife is rude and unruly.
I believe my husband is cheating and he hasn't been honest.
My wife thinks I'm cheating, but I'm not doing anything. She's being insecure.
All he wants to do is be with thoughts.
Keisha likes to physically fight, and if I'm not around for her to fight, she likes to fight my things.
He says I break his things. Yes, I do. I think that's better than breaking his face.
I want her to work on her anger.
I don't want to leave, but his actions are pushing me away.
If Keisha changes, I can see myself staying with her forever.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Keisha Thompson and David Wilkins. Ms. Thompson and Mr. Wilkins, you two have been together 10 years, married for the last 2.5, and you have 3 children together. You are, however, having difficulties, thus you are in divorce court. Ms. Thompson, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me, why are we here today?
Well, we're here today because of my husband's infidelity and his dishonesty. He has been lying to me for several months, and when I call him on it, he gets angry. I really do love him, and I really want to work things out. I just don't know where to go from here. I'm very hurt, because I really love this man. He won't stop lying.
Can you tell me, when you first found out that he was cheating, tell me a story. How'd you find out?
Well, I had looked in his phone. He has 3 phones. He works a lot, and so he has 2 work phones and a personal phone. And I looked through his phone, and I saw a text message from a woman who told him, "Good morning, handsome." Now, this is 7 o'clock in the morning when you're at home with me. And he texts her back, "Good morning, beautiful." So I asked him about the text, and he tells me he didn't know who that was. He gives me all of this stuff about how the phone was someone else's before it was his. But when I looked at the text message, he had already had the phone for a week. So my thing is, you're that disrespectful that you can text somebody while you laying in the bed with me to tell them good morning. And then when I called the person, she played dumb, act like she didn't know who it was. 2 weeks later, I look at his personal cell phone. I see the same number in the phone. He's steady telling me he don't know who it is, and he knows who it is. He knows who it is, but he's trying to make it seem like I'm crazy and I'm paranoid and I'm disrespectful, but really he's the one disrespectful to me because I would never do that to him.
Mr. Wilkins, are you cheating on your wife?
No, I'm not. I'm actually like a pretty cool, decent guy. I don't know. I play a lot of games sometimes.
You play a lot of games. What kind of games?
The same stuff that she was talking about, like women, they text my phone and things like that. And
you say, "Hey, beautiful," and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
good morning.
I don't know. I just be, talking back, just entertaining, not doing something I ain't got no business doing.
Fun and flirting.
Yeah.
But no actual touching is what you're telling me.
He's lying. I mean, he done already came clean that it's been an infidelity with this coworker who I've been questioning about. This woman has been calling him. She's been texting him. They've been direct messaging. How can you sit and lay in the bed that we pay for, and you text somebody else? It's so disrespectful. And then you're upset because I'm angry and I'm trying to hold everything together for our family, but you keep doing the things that you say you're not gonna do, and we're supposed to be working on it. And the whole time that we're supposed to be working on it, this is what he's been doing, even to this day.
Did you have an inappropriate relationship with a coworker?
No, I didn't. Actually, my wife, she does hair and nails and things like that. So really, the girl was conversing with me about how she wanted to get some stuff done. So I invited the girl to my house. But ever since that day where she came over, and she just, I don't know, she just out of the blue, out of whole cloth, she's making this stuff up. No, she's not making it up, but like I say, sometimes when you already have things on your mind, you start to look
misinterpreting
too far into things that's not.
Well, I understand you found a condom and a jacket and a thong. Get all the stories out so we can talk to him.
I found he was supposed to be helping someone move. And I know that sometimes I could be a bit extra. That is very true. But it's only when I feel like he's deceiving me, because he's not a liar, but I know he's been lying. And I found the condom. He told me that it was somebody else's jacket. My thing was like, if you know how your wife is and you know that I'm gonna pop off, why would you not throw the condom out? Because the first thing I'm gonna say is, "What you doing?" Mm-hmm. Then you texting this coworker.
It's a work jacket.
Y'all texting each other 1 o'clock in the morning. Do you know just last week, the thing about it is that he always tries to justify why she's texting him. You have no justification why another woman is texting my husband. The only person you should be concerned about is your wife, and he's not. He keep telling me he want to work it out, but how? You can't even stop for one day to just not think about her and think about me and what we built.
Right. Mr. Wilkins, your response?
Her jealousy is at an all-time high.
I have a right to be jealous.
She talking about like this jacket. Like she need to tell a whole story.
How
okay?
would you feel when you found that in my
Tell me the
purse?
whole story, Ms. Thompson.
It's a work
You
jacket.
tell me the whole story.
It's a work jacket. So, you know, it all got the same company logo on it. So, you know, when we finished moving and stuff, I just put the jacket on and I went on about my business. I didn't check the pockets. I don't check my pockets before I go outside.
What about this one in particular individual? Is there someone that you do keep in contact with a bit much? And do you see how her jealousy can be piqued because of the nature or the frequency of your contact with an individual?
Yes, I definitely do understand that. But she need to realize she invited this person into our lives. I didn't tell her to come over our house. She wanted to be her friend. And,
he did.
She wants to be her friend.
I didn't need no money from her. I have clients. You invited her over to our house. You were talking about I invited her. You introduced her to me. I didn't know her. I was fine not knowing this thought. But now you done let a permanent boo-boo stain come and mess up what we built, and you want to sit here and try to make it seem like I'm crazy when you being disrespectful. How would you feel if I was laying in the bed with you texting some man, telling him, hey, beautiful, explaining to him why I didn't call him? That's so I would never disrespect you like that, David. Never.
You understand what she's saying? I mean, I cannot believe that you are totally innocent when she has all of these very specific details of what you're doing. Can you just step back off of denying it for just a moment to say, maybe, even if you're not cheating, maybe some of the things that I do with respect to other women is disrespectful. Can I get there?
That's something that I told her. I told her this 1,000 times.
Then why
like I said,
hang on.
we got our own things going on. Like, okay, I might be, you know, talking to other women and stuff like that, but it all starts with her anger in the first place. She controls everything. She always wants to fight physically. You know what I mean? That's her thing. This before all the cheating and stuff even, you know.
Okay, so I want to move on to that. So you say that she is, as she claims, a bit extra. I want you to tell me how extra she really is.
You're sitting here trying to make an excuse for the stuff that you're doing, and I've done nothing to you but be good to you. I've been with you for 10 years, David. I've never cheated, even though you cheated on me twice. How can you sit here and act like you innocent? The reason why I act like that is because of the things that you do to me. You did this. I didn't do this.
So, Mr. Wilkins, you say that she is just out of pocket when she gets angry.
Yes, she is.
Give me some examples of what's going on.
Okay, like I say, you know, she keeps tabs on me, whatever I do, like the phone and stuff like that. So, like I say, if she calls me, like if I go outside or anything, just go to a barbecue or something like that, she has to text me and call me every 5 to 10 minutes.
If you
she
would
want
stop,
she want me to FaceTime and show who all in the background and all this craziness. And if I don't do what she asks me to do, you know, it starts to get physical. She likes to throw punches, or she likes to claim that she's gonna do, you know, she kicks me out of my house every day.
Because I asked this man the day that this woman came and got her lashes done, were they having sex? You know what he did? I asked him this in the privacy of our home between husband and wife. He went and told her, you know what? She think we doing it to each other. How could you feel like you owe her so much loyalty and you owe me none? You're sitting here trying to make an excuse for the stuff that you're doing, and I've done nothing to you but be good to you. I've been with you for 10 years, David. I've never cheated, even though you cheated on me twice. How can you sit here and act like you innocent? The reason why I act like that is because of the things that you do to me. You did this. I didn't do this.
So me cheating on you twice,
Your words are hurtful.
every day for 10 years.
Hang on, Mr. Wilkins. Let me explain to you what I'm going to explain to you what your problem is, but I'm going to allow her to finish speaking because I think she's got a lot on her heart that she has to get out. Why don't you tell me about how you feel on the day-to-day? Because I think you're scared to death all the time. You're frustrated and you're frightened, and it comes out as anger. Tell me.
Every day is different. I've been going through something very personal that has really affected everything. And it's just been like a downward spiral. And the person who's supposed to be my best friend is not there for me. He entertaining other people. He, at 1 o'clock in the morning, calling her babe, calling her love. still, we in LA, we supposed to be focusing on us, and he can't do it. If you don't want to be here, just tell me that. Because I want to be here.
Mr. Wilkins, and hang on just a second.
Yes.
Let us all assume that she is extra and has always been extra, even before the 2 times you cheated. Wouldn't it behoove you not to do suspect and suspicious things, knowing that what her anger is a basis of fear. She thinks she's gonna lose you. So every time you feed that fear, she just loses her mind because she's scared all the time. She's fighting for her very life. Wouldn't it behoove you to behave in a manner that does not invoke anger and rage?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Like I say, I love Keisha. Me and her, we've been together for 10 years. And she, you know,
Do you love her enough to stop texting this other woman, hey, babe, flirting and all that? Do you love her enough for that?
Yes. I don't have to text her and do all these things. I don't have to do that stuff.
But you have been doing them, right?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. You got to tell her you're going to stop and tell her you're sorry and tell her you know how it made her feel. Go ahead.
I already do every day.
No. You came in here and you defended what you did and you continue to do it. She said you even did it while you were here in L.A. So you're continuing to do it. You can't recover from behavior you don't own. You with me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to try to help you guys get off of dead stop crazy. But I want to hear about one more thing before I do.
We don't communicate. Anytime she says anything to me, it's with eyes full of tears. You know, she doesn't just say, David, this is, X, Y, Z is what's wrong with me. What she does is she comes in with the tears already running. So now I'm like, oh my God, now I gotta hear this all day.
Ms. Thompson, you say he's so guarded that he can't even have a discussion with you unless he's drinking. Why don't you explain to me what your communication issues are?
Well, with David, it's hard to talk to him when you say one thing he don't like or that he thinks doesn't make sense. He cuts you off. He shuts it down. He'll say he don't give a F. He ain't talking to me no more, and that's it. And the only time that we could really communicate openly is if we've had a few drinks and he's open and willing to talk. Other than that, he has his poker face on, like that face he got right now. That's the face every day, all day. He never show no emotion. It's only either just anger. That's it. And when I'm telling him directly what I need from him, he's still not willing to do that. So I don't know what to do.
Mr. Wilkins, did you hear what she said?
Yes.
Okay. What is your response to how you two communicate?
We don't communicate. Mm-hmm. Anytime she says anything to me, it's with eyes full of tears. And for some odd reason, I just don't respond to that. That's why when we having a couple drinks and we're having a good time, then, I can open up a little more. But she does not, she doesn't just say, David, this is, X, Y, Z is what's wrong with me. What she does is she comes in with the tears already running. So now I'm like, oh my God, now I gotta hear this all day.
I'm hurt. You hurt me.
That's why I say, after if we sit down and we talk together, then it's a little easier. But those tears, it's like, man, she's trying to make me cry. I don't want to cry.
I'm not trying.
Let me ask you, and don't be defensive. Just be open and be ready for it. Do you contribute to the love and the care in the household in a meaningful way? Do you do things that make her comfortable and happy and feel good? Do you do that?
All the time. That's all I ever do.
Give me some examples.
It's not everything.
That's all I ever do.
Give me some examples.
Like I say, man, my kids, they love me to death. So that's how you know I'm more involved. If I walk in the door, everybody is with me. They're no longer downstairs, screaming and hollering with her.
You're talking about the kids. I want to talk about how she feels. What do you do to contribute meaningfully to her emotional state of mind?
I have no idea, to be honest.
See, and you know why you don't have any idea? Because you don't. And what happens is when you don't care for her in an emotional way, she becomes crazed with it. She is starving for affection and appreciation because you don't do anything about it. Now, she comes at you all wrong when she asks for it, but you're not doing it in the first place. And that's what's put her there. So let's talk about how we can get off of where we are. You know, it doesn't take much to make a woman happy. It really doesn't. It's a lot easier than most men think. A little care and concern, 5 minutes a day. How was your day? How are you, baby? A hug. One thing a day to make her think you think she's important will change everything. It's extraordinary. And a lot of guys come in here and say, well, I come home and I'm making money. What's your problem? And that she needs to feel loved. And she doesn't feel that from you. And not only that, you spend your time saying, hey, beautiful to someone else, but you don't say it to her.
I do say it to her. She don't respond.
But let me just say this. You are only responsible for what you do. I'm going to talk to her about what she's doing. But when I asked you how and the ways in which you care for her and make her feel important, you came up with absolutely nothing. And you came up with nothing because that's what you're giving her. That is what you need to change in order for this relationship to change. Now, Ms. Thompson, let me say this to you. You have to give him an opportunity to fix what is without him having to address everything that was. You have to be in a position of letting go what happened if what is happening is better. Because he can't make all that go away. And if you keep making him address that, one day he's just going to bounce. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, whether or not she comes along with a better attitude immediately or not is neither here nor there. You're responsible for what you do. Now, once he does that, which he's going to do, right, Mr. Wilkins?
Yes.
Once he does that, you got to step off all that angry.
But what if he don't stop?
If he doesn't stop and you can't live with it, bouncing is an option. If I was in an atmosphere of constant dark and I would do everything I could to change it, but in the absence of change, you have to decide whether you can live with what it is and be happy, and if not, you can move on. You're financially able, you just have to be emotionally able to do that. He sounds like a guy who's going to take care of his kids no matter what, because he loves them, but you've got to decide whether or not you're going to remain miserable. You know what I mean? I've told him what he needs to do. You're the only person who can say he's not doing it, and therefore I'm not taking it. But that decision is up to you. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do better, Mr. Wilkins. You are the author of your own pain. You can stop it if you want to. You need to know when to call it a day. See, I know when to call it a day. It's a day. Goodbye.
I'm desperate and hopeful to keep my marriage together. I mean, I love this man. We've been together 10 years. And he's really good to me. I just wish he could just get it together just for the sake of our family and for the love that he say he have for me, because I know he do.
When the judge said that she should leave, it kind of hit me to the core. It made me realize that I need to do better and be better before somebody who really loves me is gone.
Today on Divorce Court.
Terrion, I want you to stop accusing me of cheating when you and me both know that I have not cheated in the last 5 to 6 months.
We have 2 daughters, and I know for a fact that you wouldn't want no other man disrespecting them the way you have me in the past.
I also would like for you to be more intimate with me when I'm trying to initiate.
You feel like you could talk to me any kind of way, you'll get it whenever I get ready.
I would like the judge to give us advice on how to move forward, how to get past everything.
I know you love me and I love you, but there's some things that we need to work on.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with De'Arix Gray and Terrion Johnson. The two of you have been together for 9 years, off and on. You have 2 children together, correct? You are struggling in your relationship. You want to keep it together, I would think, for the kids. So, Mr. Gray, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me what's going on and why you're here today?
I'm here today because I continuously get accused of cheating. We have lack of sex. We have lack of communication. and is constantly lying all over the place. And we also, with the communication, we have our families involved. I'm guilty of that, and that is another problem that she also has.
But your families get in your business?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Why don't you start me off with a story about the most pressing thing?
Getting accused of cheating. I mean, I have cheated on her. She knows. She thinks that I cheated with 4 girls.
Right.
When I haven't cheated with 4 girls. It's only been 2.
Only 2. Okay.
She thinks because of me texting 4 girls, that's what she thinks cheating is.
Yeah. Well, what did you text those 4 girls? What kind of texts were they?
Text was like the girls wanted to come over to the house. They wanted me to come to their house.
Was it sexual in nature?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
It was something like
Is it something that if she did it, you would have a problem with it?
Yes,
I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe so.
yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So do you understand why she has a problem with it when you do
ma'am.
it?
I understand. I completely understand why she has a problem with it. But it's like I haven't cheated in so long, and I have moved forward.
How long is so long, Mr. 23?
Like 5, 6 months. Like
5 or 6 months? Holy moly!
Wow.
My man been at it strong
Yes, ma'am.
for almost a half a year.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ms. Johnson, why don't you tell me what the relationship looks like from your perspective?
Well, I know we're trying to work on things and better communication and work on the lies and the cheating or whatever, but I just feel like he lies to me for no reason. One time, he was supposed to be going pay a cell phone bill. I called him, "Derex, where you at?" "Oh, I'm going to pay the cell phone bill." Okay, an hour go by, he come back with paraphernalia, and I'm just like, really? You could have just told me what you was going to do. He just lied about stuff like that.
Yeah, Mr. Gray, is that accurate?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I take it you love her.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay. And you've done a lot of things that are dishonest and hurtful.
Yes, ma'am.
I want you to tell me what changed in the last 5 to 6 months you believe that should change the way she looks at this relationship. Because you say you've been faithful for 5 to 6 months.
That's because we haven't been together for 5 to 6 months.
What's been happening in the last 5 or 6
We've
months?
been just
lived
working
together.
on our relationship. We broke up because of the lying and the cheating. So, of course, he's not going to cheat because we're not together.
So you've been
haven't.
have you had sexual relationships with other people during this 5 or 6 break period?
No, ma'am, I haven't.
You've been sexually active all these years. And now you're telling me that you haven't been sexually active for 6 months because you've broken up with her and you're not seeing anybody else.
I'm not seeing-
finding that hard to believe.
I'm not seeing anybody else.
Yeah, but are
And
you
I'm
having
trying to
sex
work-
with other people?
I'm not having sex with nobody.
Not at all?
Not at all.
So you've stopped having
I
sex
stopped
altogether?
having sex with everybody, all together.
When?
Me and her are the only. Me and her have intercourse.
When? Since July?
No, it was before July.
Okay.
It was way before July.
I'm having a hard time believing you, Mr. Gray. I have to say that. How do you believe she's contributed to the difficulties in your relationship?
Because she brushes me off. When I'm trying to be intimate with her, she brushes me off. She don't want no part of anything, like she's not interested. So that makes me feel like she don't want me, so what am I supposed to do? If I keep coming on to you and you turning me down and you blocking me from having intercourse with you and showing you some type of affection, what am I supposed to do? So that drove me to cheating.
Yeah, so that's her fault.
That's her fault. And I explained that to her before I cheated, I explained that to her.
You said, if I can't get some more here, I'm gonna have to go somewhere else and get some.
What you won't do, another woman
will do.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Johnson, did you have that conversation with him?
Yeah, we had that conversation, but I also told him respect goes a long way. If you feel like you can talk to me any kind of way, call me out of my name, I'm not gonna have sex with you, period, point blank. And I stand on that 100%.
Okay. Now see there. You were the author of your own sexlessness.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Women can't just like be mistreated all day long and then feel sexy in the evening.
Right.
Were you not treating her well during the day and then expecting things to go well at night?
Part of that is true, but not all of it, because it has been plenty of times where we can have a great day, a great week, a great 2 weeks, and I still try to come on to her and she still turned me down. So it's not just because of me talking to you any kind of way. It's because of how you feel. It's not me. I mean, yeah, I do admit.
Why do you think? What do you think she's feeling?
I have no clue. I do admit I do talk to her bad sometimes when we have argument because that's what a relationship is.
No, that's no.
She talked to me that way too.
That's not what a relationship is.
She talked to me like that too.
Yeah.
So arguments goes both ways. She talked to me some type of way. I talk to her some type of way.
Only after
But that
it's done to
doesn't
me.
stop. That doesn't stop the way I feel about it, and that doesn't stop me.
For me, it
from
does.
on
How
there,
could you talk to me like that if you love me?
I got you. I want to talk to you about the way you talk to one another.
Yes, ma'am.
It would get so heated to where once in the beginning of one of my pregnancies, the first one, and we would get into argument. We had just moved in our first apartment, and he would go so far as telling me that I could pack my stuff and leave. Pregnant, 7 months pregnant, telling me I could pack my stuff and leave.
Ms. Johnson, you say that he's verbally abusive to you. What kind of things does he say to you?
Calling me out of my name. Like simple arguments. It would get so heated to where once when I, in the beginning, not in the beginning of the relationship, beginning of one of my pregnancies, the first one, and we would get into argument. We had just moved in our first apartment, and he would go so far as telling me that I could pack my stuff and leave. Pregnant, 7 months pregnant, telling me I could pack my stuff and leave.
Mr. Gray, what do you have to say about your communication issues? What does she say to you that you believe causes you to retort in that manner? Or to reply in that manner?
Bad talking, cursing, arguing, a lot of arguments. She can be mad with her family members and take it out on me.
Yeah.
Come to me cursing, yelling, and screaming. So you want to take something out on me, I'm going to give you what you're giving me. And
Gotcha.
it goes both
doesn't be
ways.
that.
I understand that both of your families tend to get involved in
Yes,
your...
ma'am. Yes,
Give
ma'am.
me an example of how it gets messy.
Because I am the type of person that always goes to my mom and talk to her about something, because my mom, it's only been me, my mom, my sisters, and my little brother our whole life. No one else. So that them are people that I can go to and confide in and talk to and give them insight on my problems and take advice and take heed to what they saying. And I bring it to her attention and let her know, okay, I talked to my people
But
about
it's
this.
going
This is what
so
we should
far
do.
to where we'll get into arguments and he will go to them and they will feel like they can call me and argue with me about what's going on with me
Does
and
your
him.
family call her and argue with her?
I
Do you think that's appropriate?
I know who she's talking about. I have told
That person,
this
cut it out.
person plenty of times not to do that. I cannot control what somebody else does.
Yeah.
The only thing
And how
I
I
can
feel
do.
about that, nobody can tell
only thing
me.
I can do is tell that person
To
do
stop.
not text her phone no more. That is not your place.
I also understand your family and her family had an argument on whether or not she would have a cesarean or a natural birth.
Yes, ma'am,
How
we
does
did.
that happen?
I don't know. Her mom has not been liking me since after my first daughter was born.
Yeah, but who got into an argument then?
Me
What-
and her
and my
mom. Me and her
mom.
mom got into that
and my
argument
mom.
because her mom was trying to tell the doctor how to do the doctor's job. How can you tell the doctor how to do her job?
Was your mom trying to tell the doctor what
My
to do?
mom
Her
was
mom and her
basically
aunt.
saying that she don't need to get a C-section. She been going through labor this long, let her have her baby. She don't need to get a C-section. Basically saying that because with her last pregnancy, she had to get a C-section. And she know the pain, she know the recovery and all of that. So that's why she was saying that. But I didn't want to get a C-section either.
And I understood that.
Yeah,
I
that's what the
understood
argument
that.
is about.
I sat there and talked to her the whole time
I
about it.
got it. I got a picture. It's an ugly picture, but I got it.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about deconstructing it so we can reconstruct it.
I don't know what we could do to make it work. I just want it to work for our kids and for us because he's the only person that I've been with since I was 18 years old. So it's just like, it's the only thing that I know, and I want it to work for my kids because I didn't have my dad.
And you don't want that for your girls. Mr. Gray, if I could get you one thing from Ms. Johnson in order to make this union work, what would it be?
Just for her to show more interest in me and just be more outgoing, because we stay in the house a lot. I want to go out and have fun, you know? I just need her to be able to interact with me more, not just intimate, but outside the house, you know, with our kids and everything.
I think that's bizarre that you said that. We just talked about your family's getting into it, arguing about, you know, deliveries, and you say the one thing that you need from her is to party more with you.
No, not party, like just
go
get
out
out
and
the
hang
house.
out with
yeah,
you.
just get out the
dates,
house.
basically.
And you really think that will fix all of the stuff we're talking about here?
I really do, because it'll give us a chance to get out the house and be able to go and sit down and talk about our problems instead of always arguing inside the house.
That's alarming that you think that, and I'm going, you know, it's just alarming. But you're young, and I get why you think that if more happy times will make it better, but more happy times, when you go out, you're going to have a couple of drinks. That's no way to have a conversation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to be drunk.
I understand
you
that,
know?
but
And drunk makes you stupid.
No, I'm not
drunk
talking
makes me
about...
stupid, makes you stupid, makes her stupid.
I'm not talking about getting
I know,
drinks
I
or
understand,
anything.
but that's not going to solve what's wrong here.
Right.
That's not going to solve what's wrong here. If I could get one thing from him that he would do in your direction to start this thing on the right track, what would it be?
When we get in arguments, the disrespect is at an all-time high. Like, that just needs to go away. Like, you should remember, at the end of the day, that's just the argument, and words do hurt. Like, the name calling is...
It's beyond the pale. It's just unbelievable. Do you see this, how upset she is?
Yes, ma'am.
Here's the problem that we got. I got two people who have absolutely no idea how to talk to one another and have absolutely no idea how to run a relationship, trying to be parents to two children. And you don't have the patience, you don't have the background, you don't have the examples, because you said you just had a mom, you know, and you don't have any clue what to do other than to get angry.
Right.
And all I'm trying to convince you of at this juncture is that you have no clue. Right. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
That you absolutely have no clue. Do you agree with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you agree you have no clue?
Yeah, and I said, I spoke to him about this. Like, we started out young. We've been dating since we've been knowing each other for 10 years, and we've been dating since we was 13 years old. And we started out being in a serious relationship at 18, so we really don't know how to be in a relationship, and we just trying to work on it. And I said, we just young trying to figure it out. I've said this plenty of times. So I don't know what we could do to make it work. I just want it to work for our kids and for us, because he's the only person that I've been with since I was 18 years old. So it's just like, it's the only thing that I know, and I want it to work for my kids because I didn't have my dad.
And you don't want that for your girls. Right. Yeah.
I didn't have my dad either.
Yeah. We know what you're doing isn't working.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to have to ask you to act in opposition to how you feel in order to make this thing work. You with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're going to go on this ride together.
All right.
All right. I wish I had a couple of hours instead of a couple of minutes. The first thing you need to do is not to take advice from people who haven't had a successful relationship. You're taking advice from your family. They don't come from a cohesive two-partner relationship. When you go home and tell your parents or your family what's going wrong, they get one side of the story. But when you have a good time, you don't call them up. You are not going to believe how good the sex was today. You don't do that. All they have is an ugly picture of her with no balance. Right. So they're going to be angry. They're going to be, she's all negative and not positive. Same thing for you, because you don't call with the positive. You only call with the negative.
I don't call, period.
Yeah, well, okay. Then
that's all on me, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's mainly him.
But you need to let your mother back up too, because if she's telling the doctor what to do, she's speaking out of school. And you've got to make sure. Sometimes women believe that being loud and obstreperous is the same thing as being strong. Not true. Your strength lies in your ability to contain your emotions, not your ability to express them. So if you were raised in an atmosphere where strength comes off as a brusque and abrasive, that's where you're going to go with it. And that's not what you need to do. You two need to learn how to have a conversation. Yes, you have to have a conversation. There got to be rules to it. You ever go to church? You go in there, you don't go be cussing and pulling up your pants and putting your hands between your legs and all that kind of stuff. You don't do that, because it's church.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yes. So your house has got to be church. You know what I mean? There gotta be rules to it. I'm not gonna call the woman who holds my daughters in her arms, who once held them in her womb, I'm not gonna do her any damage at all.
Yes,
because I know when I hurt the person who holds my girls,
kids hurt.
I hurt my girls.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what it is.
Yes, ma'am.
And I know you're gonna say, if I said who's the head of the household, you're gonna say it's you. You need to go first and lead in that. Never get angry, never get upset, never call her out of name. If she does happen to make that mistake, back up, babe. We're not going there.
Yes, ma'am.
On behalf of Jane and Barbara. Those are your kids. I'm just making stuff up. We're not going there on behalf of Jane and Barbara. That's your job.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
your gig. Never to get excited, never to get crazy. And every time she does, you remind we are not going
We're not
there.
doing that. Yes, ma'am.
Because of Jane and Barbara.
Yes,
Do you
ma'am.
understand what
Yes,
I'm
ma'am,
saying?
I understand.
You're not going to talk to your mama no more.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
You're going
ma'am.
to talk to her. I'm going to give you 2 books. Making Marriage Works. How to talk to a woman, how to talk to a man, how to have a conversation. But remember, you're going to church. Remember, you love Jane and Barbara because Jane and Barbara is the reason that you do everything. And before you open your mouth, before you pick up the phone, before you text anybody, make sure that Jane and Barbara is the first thing through your mind so you can behave a little better than you have today. I'm going to send you to somebody that's going to help you out and get you started. It is my hope that you do well. And it is my intention to follow up. If my people call you, you gonna let me know what's up?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, so you know I'm gonna call.
Yes, ma'am.
And so if you don't do the right thing, I'm gonna talk about you. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to both of you. This matter is adjourned.
The judge is rooting for us, so I think me and her, we should really
Work on the communication and talking to each other better. I think that's the biggest part, the respecting each other more and trying to build the trust back in the relationship.
and being able to go and have more fun instead of being stuck inside all the time.
Yeah, that's something we need to work on as well.
Today on Divorce Court.
I married Eric so soon is because I thought he was my soulmate.
I've caught her in several lies. I can't trust her.
He has been going out drinking, coming home drunk, and didn't want to get mad at me.
I take a little sip of wine when I get out work, and I deserve that. But all this building it up that I'm drinking to get drunk is a lie.
I know who I am. He don't know who he is. That's what his problem is. He's the jealous person.
There has to be trust. There has to be loyalty. There has to be communication, and there's none of that with us now.
Ain't no way in hell that we gonna ever get back together.
Divorce court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Joanna Mapps and Eric Mapps. The two of you have been married for 2 years.
Yes, ma'am.
You have no children together, but you each have children from previous relationships. You do not want to be married anymore. Mrs. Mapps, you want a significant amount of money from Mr. Mapps as you leave, and we will get to that momentarily. But I'm going to start with you, Mrs. Mapps. Why don't you tell me how we got here today? Tell me how you met and how things happened.
Well, me and Eric Mapps met at church. At the beginning, we were compatible. Everything went well. It seemed like this man was sent from me, actually from God. That's exactly how I felt. And then tables turned.
Tables turned?
Immediately.
Really?
I'm
No,
not
hang
talking to you.
on. How long did you know him before you started to feel like he was a gift from God?
3 to 4 months.
What about him was so wonderful in that 3 to 4 months that you did believe that he was your blessing?
We had everything in common. Every time that we go anywhere or do anything, it was just great. I mean, going out dates, having fun, going to the basketball games, all of that. It was just great. It was just fun, and I was happy.
I ain't looking to mess with your faith at all, because I don't like nobody messing with mine. But let me tell you this. The first 90, 120 days is always fun.
Exactly.
You guys are getting to know each other. It's exciting. Everything is new. And once you stamp it with the imprimatur of gift from God, you excuse all of the problems that you see in the future because you already believe that he is your blessing, not just a man who you need to assess. Right. That's the only thing I'm gonna say right there.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Maps, what is your version of the we met and fell in love story?
Okay, she's right. We met at church. We met at church, and everything was smooth. But it was signs at the beginning that I seen, and I looked over because I really wanted to work with her.
Right.
And it was, I guess it was a rush thing because I'm in the church. I was deep in the church, and when the sex started, I didn't want to fornicate.
Right.
Okay, so I wanted to do the right thing.
Do the right thing,
I wanted to do the right thing. And being a man of God, I wanted to do the right thing. So I kind of put, either we're going to stop having sex or we're going to get married. You know, and she said, okay, well, let us get married.
Let's go get married.
Yes.
Never give a woman of something and then marriage. They'll always pick marriage. I'm just saying. I mean, that's just, you know, from me to you,
okay.
a little hint there. Tell me what some of the signs you now see that you ignored in the beginning.
Okay, one of the signs, we was in an argument, and I went over her apartment. It was like 1 in the morning, 1:30 in the morning, but I didn't knock on her door. And her light was on in her bedroom. So I was just sitting on the stairs, and she opens the door, just opens the door. She has a green negliee on, her hair's fixed up, but she's saying she showered and getting ready for bed. But she don't know I'm sitting out there. So when she opened the door, I shocked her.
Right.
And she asked me to come on in. I come on in. And I'm already thinking, okay, you wasn't waiting for me, or you wasn't looking for me. Who you opened the door for? Okay.
Right.
So we go to the bedroom. We on the bed. She said, okay, let me plug my phone up. She leans over to plug her phone up, stays over there about 3 or 4 minutes. So in my mind, I'm saying, okay, she's texting somebody, telling them, don't come because somebody's here. That was one of the signs I seen. Okay.
Ms. Maps, do you recall that instance?
I recall it.
Tell me what you say happened.
He lying because he knew that he was coming, and I seen through the peephole that he was sitting there, and I already knew that he was
You
drunk.
can't see me through the peephole.
Hang on.
You can.
Go ahead.
And I seen you from my bedroom window. I seen it from my bedroom window. Normally my hair is natural, and I was in an afro, and so if I'm in the shower, of course it's gonna get wet, and it looks like it was combed or whatever.
Hang on.
And so I had cleaned out my closet because I knew, things was going on between us, and I was trying to make room for him, and I seen it was a pajamas. It wasn't negligee. It was just a regular old pajamas and pants. And so when I opened the door, he's like, who are you waiting for? I said, what do you mean, who am I waiting for? I already knew you was coming, so what kind of sense does that make that I'm finna bring somebody over? That's just stupid. Yeah. I'm not finna bring somebody over knowing that you're there.
Right.
And so he just saying that I was cheap, having somebody come over. Okay. That's not even me. And my child, I don't bring anybody around my children.
If you believe that she was doing so much wrong, why'd you marry her?
Exactly.
It wasn't.
It wasn't clear to you at the time?
That one thing, all the rest of the stuff came out. Even to the point we were dating, when we got together, I 86 everybody off my Facebook, anything that was questionable. Right. She had like 600 single men on her page. I said, so if I'm your man, why you got all these different men on your page that you can't get rid of? We argued about a month before she decided, you know what, you know you right, I'm gonna get rid of them. I shouldn't have them. I said, you shouldn't have them. If I'm your man, why you gonna have all these single men on your Facebook?
Mm-hmm. Do you know that they weren't relatives or?
They jugging at her. Oh, they
jugging?
That means they were trying to get with her through Messenger.
Jugging?
Yeah, that's what jugging means.
That's another one for the divorce court dictionary. I never heard jugging before, but thank you for that. I always like to learn a new word. I appreciate that. So now I'm gonna get you married. We're at a point you're married, and once you got married, things got worse. So I want to talk about what happened when things started to get worse.
So she gets mad, started cussing me out, backs her car up, rounds my car once, backs her car up, and rounds my car twice.
Mrs. Maps, did that occur? Mrs. Maps, I assume that the jealousy issues continued even after you were married. Tell me what went on.
One day, Your Honor, I had went and took my godbaby to the mall, having a good time with my godbaby. And I came home, put the baby to sleep, and everything seemed to be okay. And so we had sex or whatever, and he came back and laid down in the bed with me. And so he had powder all on his face. So I said, what are you doing? What's going on there? And he's talking about nothing. What are you talking about? Oh, that's just so-and-so. I said, you've been smelling my panties again, haven't you? And he talking about, no, what are you talking about? I said, yes, you did, because I put my panties in a certain position.
Mr. Maps, were you smelling her underwear?
This started, Your Honor. She got mad at me one night. It was maybe 10 o'clock. She left. Didn't come back till almost 1 o'clock, right? And she said she was out of it, you know, because she had took some of her medication. But the next, when we had sex, her shorts and stuff was on the floor, but the crotch was wet. So I pick it up. It smells like Irish soap. So if you're going out to the store, why would you have to wash yourself? Why would you have to wash yourself? So I asked her that. She said, well, I went to Ross store and I put lotion on my legs and just rubbed the lotion up too high. I said, why would you put lotion and chain clothes in the parking lot to go into the store?
Because I had on booty shorts just to make him mad. I don't do that. And so when I went out, I put lotion on me. Because I'm not finna be ashy.
Be ashy. Yeah,
exactly.
You can't be ashy. You can't go out ashy.
So when I did go to the department store, I had clothes in my trunk and I put a skirt on. Because I'm not finna walk around looking like that because that's not who I am.
I got you.
Who has clothes in their car?
Mr.
Really?
Maps, hang on.
As much
Mr.
clothes
Maps.
as I have in my car.
Stop, Mrs. Maps. Mr. Maps, why don't you tell me about the time you went over your mother's house after you were separated, and then there was some situation with the car?
Okay, I went to my mother's house. She's supposed to be bringing some of my items to me. When she gets there, everything's okay. She set my stuff on the curb, and she said, let me see this video that you said you could see this guy in the glasses having sex with me. I said, why don't you look at it on your own phone? So she said, I don't have the app no more. I deleted it. I said, why would you delete it and you saying that I'm lying and I made it up? If it was me and she said I did something, if I had the proof of my phone, I'm not going to delete it. I'm going to keep it if I can show somebody, look, I didn't do this.
Right,
okay?
Right.
So she said, well, let me see it on your phone. When I tried to show it to her, she tried to grab my phone and I grabbed it back. So she gets mad, started cussing me out, backs her car up, rounds my car once, backs her car up, and rounds my car twice.
Whoa. Wow. Mrs. Maps, did that occur?
Yes, because I was so sick and tired of getting accused of things that I did not do. I don't cheat. I don't cheat nobody because I paid for the wedding, our honeymoon, because I love this man. I wanted it to work between us. I put my everything into Eric Maps. He's his own enemy, not me. He's fighting himself, not me.
Okay.
I know what I've done, and I refuse to keep living like this because of him.
I'm with you. Hang on, Mr. Maps. I understand that the situation got so serious that you demanded lie detector tests.
Yes, Your Honor.
And if you don't stop it, I run this thing,
yes,
not
ma'am.
you.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to turn our attention now to the lie detector test that she took. Why would she talk to you on video chat if there was another man in the bed with her?
She wanted to detour me before coming home because she had this guy in the house.
That's stupid,
You really
Eric.
think that, Mr. Maps?
Yes,
I really
his
do.
mind is warped.
I really do.
So, Mr. Maps, I understand that you actually got her to take a lie detector test. Tell me what about the test, why you had her take it, and what the results were.
Okay, first, I didn't have her take it. She suggested we take the test.
Okay.
And, you know, and when she said that, I told her, I said, you're going to fail it. You're going to fail it with fine code. She said, I'm going to prove to you I'm not going to fail it. Okay, I paid for the test, but I told her, I said, you really want to take this test because you can't pass it? She said, yes, I want to take it. I got the proof right here.
Okay, let me see that. Mrs. Maps, as I'm looking at the results of the lie detector test, why don't you tell me what caused you to volunteer to take it and what happened?
Because I know I'm telling the truth. I've never cheated on Eric Maps, and I wanted to prove to him, and you didn't pay the full of it. I had put in my money, too. And so when I went in there to take the test, because I've never gone through anything like this in my life, anything. And so I love this man so much to try to prove to him
ain't
nobody talking to you. Any way possible that I could show him that I did not take the test. I went in crying, nervous, scared, everything. And my girlfriends, everybody said, you're already a nervous person, Joanna, so and you're not, I don't even believe you're gonna fail it. I mean, pass it. And so I was like, yes, I am, because I'm innocent. Mm-hmm. I am innocent. I haven't done anything.
Did he have a lot of setup questions
yes.
and pre-test questions and all of that?
Yes, and I tried to calm myself down because I know the lie detector test goes on your heart rate. And so I kept trying, and I figured that this man only wanted the money because if he seen how upset I was, knowing that it was going to be incorrect.
Right, I got you. Now, Mr. Match, let me ask you a question. Why would she suggest that she take it if she knew she was going to fail?
Okay, I feel like, honestly, that she thought she was going to pass it because she can get herself calmed down, maybe with her medication, to pass the test. Because I knew she couldn't pass it on her
Do
own.
you think she was sleeping with any particular individual, or is it just random guys?
No,
what do you think is happening?
It was, as far as my knowledge, it was 2 particular individuals.
Have you ever had any discussions with them? Have you ever caught those two guys?
I talked to one of them. We had words back and forth. I talked to one of them, and he pretty much admitted he could have her whenever he wanted to.
That's a lie.
He said it to you.
That's a lie.
I understand you have videotape that shows that she had another guy in her bed.
The guy ain't even visible. All you see is my...
Well, I'm going to look at it for myself.
Okay.
So as I'm looking at this tape, Mr. Maps, why don't you tell me how you got it?
Okay, she was calling me to tell me to go pick up her daughter.
Right.
She's at home by herself. So if you at home by yourself laying in the bed and you talking to me, why are you moving yourself over to make room for somebody else?
I move my head,
I'm
fool.
talking to the judge.
I don't care, I'm talking to you.
And then you can see
I
see the bed move up and down because somebody's getting in the bed.
I don't know what I'm looking at here. All I know is her hand isn't steady. How can you detect movement when her hand is never in one position more than 2 seconds?
No,
exactly.
It's the phone. When she's talking to me, and then...
And how in the world am I going to have...
She moves over, and then she's talking to me, and then the bed moves like this. I'm not moving.
The bed ain't even moving. My hand is moving.
The bed is not moving.
The bed is not moving.
Her hand is moving.
Honor, I had to record that on another phone, and I was still. That's her. If you had the original, it would be moving.
Why would she talk to you on video chat if there was another man in the bed with her?
She wanted to detour me before coming home because she had this guy in the house.
That's stupid,
You really
Eric.
think that, Mr. Mayor?
Yes,
I really
his
do.
mind is warped.
I really do.
His mind is warped,
because it's the same day that she is supposed to have been making the ribs.
Yes, I was making marinated ribs. I've never done this before, and I'm marinating some ribs. So I videotape it. Eric, is this the way I'm supposed to be doing? He's thinking somebody behind me.
No,
Seriously, while I'm marinating some ribs.
That wasn't what I'm
While I'm
talking about.
marinating some ribs.
No, I'm talking about...
Hey. I'm so glad y'all getting a divorce. I don't know what to do.
Yes.
We're gonna talk about the money that you want. We're gonna make some resolution. I'm gonna try to put it back on sane somewhere, and then we're gonna move on. Mrs. Maps, as you leave this relationship, you would like $1,500 from Mr. Maps because you say that's how much you spent, not him, you, putting together your honeymoon. Why don't you tell me about that?
Yes, I wanted us to have a good time. I didn't want us to have we don't have enough money for this, for that. Because I love this man, you know, I do. And I still love him even though he degraded me to a point where I couldn't even take it no more, making me have low self-esteem. And never in my life have I had low self-esteem at all. And so when we went, we had a wonderful time. It was lovely. We always had a good time, but it is his jealousy that killed my soul, and I refuse to keep letting him do this to me. I am a good woman, a very good woman, and I was trying to show him, and he kept saying, this is too good to be true. You keep speaking on something, it's gonna come to pass. So I kept telling him to stop. Let me show you how a woman is supposed to treat a man, but he kept digging and digging and digging and found a stupid video with me shaking my head up and down saying, yeah, baby, I'm freaky for you. He seen somebody screwing me in my glasses. Seriously? He goes to work, put it on video, showing it to my mama, my sisters, my friends, degrading me like I'm this horrible person, but I'm still lifting my head because I know that I did nothing wrong to this man but try to love him. That's it.
Mr. Maps, she's not going to get in. I feel you. I feel you and I believe you. Test notwithstanding, I feel you and I believe you. You can't get any money out of him because that's the money that you spent, you invested in your relationship, and that's what it is, and you can't get any money for it. I'm going to say this to you, Mr. Maps. I think you blew it. You are so afraid of looking bad that you made up in your head what you feared. And whether or not she was or wasn't doing it, it didn't matter because it became an ultimate truth in your head. And everything she said, everything she did was going to mirror that false truth that you had in your head. I hope before you ever get in a relationship with anybody else again, that you go get somebody, go in that head and look about and see what's there. Because all of the stuff you're saying, only that, all the other stuff didn't make any sense. It's the symptom of a fearful mind.
Yes, Jesus.
And that fearful mind damaged her, and in the end, it will damage you. I don't think you're a bad guy. I think you're a broken guy.
Yes,
and
Jesus.
I hope you can get fixed up.
Thank you.
There will be no recovery in this matter. This court is adjourned.
Thank you. Thank you. I lost the love of my life. I didn't ever think that it would come to this point. Because I kept telling him over and over again, you have the pen to write this story, and now you wrote the end.
I really wanted to work with her, you know, but who can be with a cheater? There's no way a person can be with somebody they can't trust.
Today on Divorce Court.
Kendrell does not understand that in order for us to go on into our future, he's gonna have to change.
I'm not perfect, but at the end of the day, I want us to be together, and I'm here to do whatever to make it work out.
I have military obligations, and when I'm out of town, I cannot trust him whatsoever.
The cheating and the trust, I feel like it's not that serious.
There is a chance that he might have gotten another girl pregnant.
I really don't know, and I really want to know about this baby.
If I find out today that he did father a child outside of our relationship, it is over.
Divorce court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Darnisha Adams and Kendrell David. The two of you have been together for 4 years. You're 22, he's 23. You are in love with each other, want to get married, but not sure if it's a good idea. So you've come to me. You have no children. You have come to me to ask my advice. Tell me a little about your circumstances. I have given you my compatibility test. You've given me your marriage license with permission to tear it up should I think your union is ill-advised. Ms. Adams, I'm going to start with you. Why are we here today?
We are here today because me and Kendrell are just no longer on the same page.
Okay.
And I need him to understand today that I will not take care of him his whole life. Mm-hmm. He tends to harp on a pact that we made concerning school and our financial situation.
What was the pact?
He'll continue school and finish out school while I already had a apartment and everything because I need to have everything in my name. My mama didn't raise a fool, like, you know. But I had a foundation, and if ever he messed up, I could just put him out. But that was our pact, that I would take care of the home front while he finished school. Mm-hmm. But we also threw in there when he gets refund checks or any type of income that he will assist me with the finances because I can't do it all by myself. Even though I maintain it, you know, some help would be appreciated. So every time, like, he gets a check or something, I'll ask him, hey, the bill is this much. Do you mind, you know, throwing me something towards this? And sometimes, you know, I say it in a way that's, I wouldn't say it's a setup per se, but I'll say, oh, the bill is $60 this month. It's going to be $60 next month, like, just to see if he'll give me more than what I'm asking for.
And what happens?
He'll spend his check on a game system or some clothes, or, you know, he'll give me the $60.
But yeah, he won't go any further than that, and the rest of that is his money to do as he please. Mr. David, do you care to disagree with that version of events?
I can't disagree on that. That pact, though, that's a big thing to me. Her support is number one. We came to agreement that I'll finish school and I'll take care of her after I graduate, because I have things lined up where I'll be able to be the bread feeder. I'll feed the whole household.
Gotcha.
But she's
she's complained. She made an agreement.
Yeah,
she said,
made
"Look, let me go to school. I will have you while you go to school."
Exactly.
And now she's complaining that that's what's going on.
Yeah,
That's what she's saying.
But he's also forgetting the rest of the pack.
Okay, tell me what that is.
When he does get his refund check or any type of income, he will help me pay some of the utilities. And those are the things I complain about.
Okay, now, Mr. David, we understand what the pact is.
Yes.
But she's your woman.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Is there economic trouble that you get into and you say, well, it's not my job, and you spend your money on other things?
Okay, it was a situation where I had a little extra money left over from my refund check. I gave half on the rent, but I went out to spend my money on the Xbox. I felt like I should be able to treat myself. I'm in college. I'm out here stressing, going to class. We had the pack.
Now listen, you're gonna talk about I'm out here stressing, going to class. You're looking at a woman who's been through a couple of schools, all right? You know what I'm saying? I know what it is.
Yes.
There weren't any Xboxes in my day, but come on. Come on now.
I messed up on that,
Okay.
per se. I did. I tried to make it better, but she was still...
Do you get mad and stay mad?
I don't get mad and stay mad for the simple fact of I accept it for what it is. Like, okay, he basically, I don't want to say failed that test, but I am very strong in looking ahead. So you say that you're going to take care of me in the long run, which I do believe you because you're going to have a good job. However, if you don't know how to take care of money now where you have smaller checks, then how are you going to manage what I'm managing now?
Gotcha. I gotcha. What else are you concerned about?
I'm concerned about his cheating. He does that a lot.
A lot?
He does that a lot. He usually does it around when I'm away from my military obligations.
Is that accurate?
On her behalf, it's accurate.
Okay.
But on my behalf, it's the communication factor. When she's out on military obligations, when I try to reach out to her on if I have a situation at school, if I need help with something, she'll brush it off. And I'm just like, why do that? I'm trying to, no, hold on. I'm trying to get your input on the problems that I have, and you're just brushing it off. Like there was a time when I called her about a test, and like I wanted to express to her that I got a good grade and everything. She was just like, all right, let me call you back. I got this obligation that my commander wants me to see. I'm like, okay. So I'm waiting on the call. 20 minutes went by, 40 minutes went by. I'm just like, all right, let me try to call her back. So I called her back. She didn't pick up. And that's on a consecutive basis. So it always happens. So for me, I reach out to other people to try to get an understanding.
Well, what parts of your body do you use?
I mean, I like to talk. I talk a lot. I talk to a lot of people.
Have you cheated on her while she was out?
Okay, it was an instance where she may have walked in on me when I was getting a little bit of oral pleasure. It wasn't.
Let us discuss what is cheating and if that applies. Do you want to know what he said he considers cheating? I bet you do, and I'm going to tell you. He said if he wants to do a sexual act and you're not doing it, he believes he can do it with another woman, and that does not constitute cheating.
Exactly.
He actually wrote this down on a piece of paper. So, Ms. Adams, Mr. David contends that admits that you walked in on him while a woman was giving him pleasure orally. He says that that's not really, it wasn't a big deal, it's not cheating. Tell me about your point of view on his exploits.
The time he is referring to is when I was away for roughly 3 months, and I was not aware that I would be leaving as early as I did, but I didn't want to tell him that because, I want to surprise him. You know, sometimes you like to do something to shake it up. So I already put him out by this time. So he was at his sister's house.
Why had you put him out?
I put him out because I caught him texting a friend of mine, and they were basically not talking how friends should talk.
Gotcha.
Especially if it's my friend.
Gotcha.
And what he likes to do is he likes to save them under different names or like food place names or something totally outlandish that he'll think that I wouldn't know what it is. So I did go through his phone. Yep, I did.
She had no right doing that, Your Honor.
It was in my house. I can do it. And
she don't pay my bill, so.
Do I?
Mr. David,
Yes.
I'm going to readjust you in a little while. Not right now, but I'm going to readjust you. Ms. Adams, so tell me about what you walked in on and what other evidence of cheating you have.
When I went to his sister's house, she opened the door, she let me in, and she was like, oh yeah, he's in the back studying. And so I went to his room. I lost my mind. I was like, what is going on? Like, who is this? What are you doing? What is going on? Now, I was taught go after the man. I wasn't taught go after the woman.
There you go.
So I went after him while she got her little
Well,
stuff
not go
together.
after him. I'm not signing off to go after him. You'd be angry with the man, but no hands on. But go ahead.
I didn't put hands on him. I was just, real firm and strong. Like, what is you doing? What do you have going on? And she, ran out, and he was just like, you're never here. Basically, he tried to flip the script on me, saying you're not here. So
Is that your defense? Because I did read your compatibility test. I usually go to this later on, but I got to do this now. Do you want to know what he said he considers cheating? I bet you do, and I'm going to tell you. He said if he wants to do a sexual act and you're not doing it, he believes he can do it with another woman, and that does not constitute cheating.
Exactly.
He actually wrote this down on a piece of paper.
Exactly.
he never says nothing crazy like that to me.
Mr. David, explain your theory of cheating to me.
All right, I feel like if she's not satisfying my needs in the bedroom like I expect, then if I go out and do the things that she's not doing with another girl, it's not cheating because we're practicing something that me and her did, but not really practicing that, if that makes sense.
What needs can you have when I give you shelter? When I am home, I cook for you. I make sure the house is clean when you lay your clothes around the house.
But you're not emotionally there, though.
Emotionally?
In what ways is she not emotionally there?
So, I play basketball sometimes. I got a little intramural league. I want to call her about my day and tell her, like, how many points I scored. Like, if I'm crossing people up, something like that, she's not there for any type of support. And it's just like, why even bother try to reach out to you?
The game he's referring to, I worked. I am a referee at that same place. I'm the referee, so I was on the other side of the court working.
But
while
you
he was playing.
You didn't ask how I did though. So
it's kind of hard when I had 2 technical fouls to deal with. I can't.
I'm talking about after the fact too. When we drive in the same car.
Mr. Davis, you're coming up so light and so tired and so trifling and so tacky. I'm gonna stop you for your own good. Do you know for a fact that Mr. David is the father of that baby?
From what I hear from him, no. But then again, you can't really trust everything that come out of his mouth. You can't.
There was another significant cheat that Mr. David engaged in. Why don't you tell me about that, Ms. Adams?
While I was away again on a military obligation, because he says I'm not there for him emotionally, but I'm always working. I'm busy. I'm in school also. So I have stuff to do also. But I received a message in my social media, and it was basically a girl saying, hey, I just want to let you know that I am pregnant and it's by Kendrell, so you need to leave us alone because we are going to be a family. And when I took it to him and I said, hey, like, this is the same girl I caught you with. Like, I thought you said you weren't talking to her anymore. And he said, well, I don't talk to her anymore. She's lying. She's just trying to break us up. You can go through my phone and see that I have not been talking with her. And I made him block her off Instagram, so.
Mr. David, your response?
Look, every time that I reach out to other people, it's because she's not there. I try to get their input on our relationship.
But they're not in the relationship with us.
I know that, but for me, it's
input.
Yes, their input. So to make our relationship
How do you
better.
make a baby with input?
you put something.
Let's stop, because we already see what's happening here. Why are you here on a before your vows with the guy who says the things that he does and does the things that he does? Why are you that valueless?
Because we met so long ago, and we have been through so much, and we put so much work. He was not always like this. He was not. He used to be supportive. He was good. He was all that. It's when we got to college and we made this pact that he was like, okay, well, you know, he stopped working as hard. He lost that drive that I used to love about him. But we also put into work, and I don't have time to be going out and starting over when I already had my foundation set.
Oh, Ms. Adams, Ms. Adams, Ms. Adams, Ms. Adams. Do you know for a fact that Mr. David is the father of that baby?
From what I hear from him, no. But then again, you can't really trust everything that come out of his mouth, can't you?
If it is his baby, what you gonna do?
If it is his baby, I cannot stay with him. If you betrayed my trust while I was out trying to make our home, then I can't be with you.
You understand that, Mr. David?
I hear what she's saying, but listen.
Say something intelligent, please.
I'm gonna say something very intelligent. Listen. Your Honor, listen to me. We've been together for a long time, and I feel like if a baby is a stepping stone where she can't actually go forward with this relationship, I feel like she really didn't love me like she said she did.
It's not my baby.
I understand that. I understand that, but
Ms. Adams, we got this man to take a DNA test, and we're gonna all know what the DNA test is, and then we're gonna talk about what everybody needs to do from here on. I'm mad, and I'm mad in advance. You gave me the speech about we put so much time in it, and I don't have time to start over. How old are you?
I'm 22.
22. You haven't even started yet. I didn't meet the man I married till I was 27. Didn't date between the time I was 24 and 27 at all. So all that time in, that isn't true, okay? You're a neuroscience major in the Army? Good God! You the perfect package over there. I hope you meant what you said. Because that other woman has his baby. It's his. I want you to look at it. I want you to put it next to the phone so the next time you think you may call him, you don't do it. He's looking for support like he's 12. He wants you to feed him, clothe him, house him, pay all of his bills, and then he wants you to cheer for him and applaud him and stop what you're doing working for him so you can say, good job, Johnny, good job, Johnny. He's not doing a good job. He's doing you wrong. He's using you. He got you all tied up, and he does whatever he wants. He can do anything he wants with any woman if you haven't done it. And even if you have done it, you're gonna do it with another woman. He's not a good dude. He's not trustworthy. He's not faithful to you. He's not good to you. He's not right. He's not. I would talk to you, but you're not. But I don't care if you're sorry, because what you said in here says to me that you feel that you deserve every rotten thing you did. You feel that she needs to give you everything and you need to give her nothing in return. And he's given you nothing. A huge bucket full of nothing but sorrow and angst. And he's not remorseful. And his entire structure is about me, 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 me. And if you don't see that, Madam Neuroscience Major, you know, get with it and get gone.
Your Honor. Your Honor.
You hear me? Get with it and get gone. Get a moral compass. This matter is adjourned. No.
The judge opened up the result and told me I knew. I knew, and that was the end for me. Like, I meant what I said when I said that it would be over. And it is definitely, definitely over now.
I know I deserve a woman like her. I'm not a bad person at all. And she knows that. I have a good heart. I may do stupid things at times, but I'm man enough to actually make myself better, and I would do anything. I just want her back. I just really want her back.
Today on Divorce Court.
I feel like I'm in second place of his family all the time.
She can argue to differ, but I know where my heart lies.
They start too much drama. They always ask for money. They're very needy. He's like a personal ATM for them.
You know, certain people ain't gonna change, and I'm not dumb. I'm not finna say they're gonna do it for me.
I don't want to throw away 11 years if we don't have to.
I still want to try to continue on working out our relationship, but I don't want to go if it hurts you, or hurt me, or the kids.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Jamie Burnett and Kevin Burnett. Mr. and Mrs. Burnett, you have been married for 11 years and you have 2 children together. However, at this juncture in your marriage, you are in trouble, so you came to see me. Mrs. Burnett, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your marriage and why we're here in divorce court today?
Well, Your Honor, we're here because I believe totally in the scriptures. And the Bible says to love your wife as God loves the church.
Yes.
And
yes,
also forsake your mother and father and cling to your wife.
Uh-oh.
And that is where we draw the line, because my husband clings to his family instead of his wife.
And the entire church said, amen. Mr. Burnett, do you understand what she's talking about?
I understand, Your Honor, but I don't quite agree a whole 100% what she's saying. My family, me and my family, we come from 2 different lives, you know, and which she was raised different. I wasn't raised with, you know, being around my family growing up. So I was raised in like foster home, boys home. I was moved around a lot.
Right.
So, you know, as I got older, you know, me and my family, we always had a bond that was kind of like unbreakable. But I do believe what she's saying, like, for my wife come first, and I believe I put her first. Like, you know, she got things that my family don't. You know, money, bank accounts, stuff that they don't have.
Mrs. Burnett, give me a little relational history. Tell me a bit about how you got together.
We got together in 2006, and I was in church singing in the choir, you know, seeing a young man, you know. We started to date, and we hit it off from there. We believed in no sex before marriage.
Right.
You know, all the great principles of what a marriage could be. We believed in that. I was apostolic. Why do you look at me like that?
I believe I was tricked, Your Honor.
Oh, wow.
When I say,
Mr. Burnett,
not by her.
Why do you believe you were tricked?
Because, look, when we got married, like a lot of people from the church were saying, okay, you know, you want to get married, you don't want to be, you know, living in sin or feeling like the fire is burning. So we kind of like rushed into it. But not tricked by her, not saying her per se, but I believe so for in the religion part of it. Because we don't follow that same religion to this day. So it's like, I feel like once I realized the religion of it, I'm like, I could have stayed who I was. I was already doing good. I wasn't
what
no
you're
bad
telling
person.
me is you feel like you rushed into marriage in order to preclude you from sinning in the eyes of the church that you were in.
I mean, yeah,
Right, yeah,
that's true. But it wasn't just because of that.
I know, but the speed was
I'm a man. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it was influenced by that.
I mean, she's beautiful, you know.
Influenced by that. Mrs. Burnett, do you disagree with that at all? That the fear of sinning, should you not join as husband and wife, did speed up your nuptials a bit?
I do believe that, Your Honor. I do.
And another thing, Your Honor, I want to say this in all respect, because when we dated, she left for a while. We was engaged. So it was tough to have like this long distance fiance. I was in our home state and she was in another state.
What'd you leave for? What were you doing?
Like I said, I was in the choir. I sang a lot. I was always on tour, on the road for the gospel.
Yeah.
And that was just, I was very focused. I was in school at the time, and I just didn't have time for a relationship. He was my first love and my first relationship, so I stopped everything to be with him when he asked me to marry him. And it was beautiful for the first 3 years. And once I got to know his background and who he really was, like, you're really a street guy. Like, you know, I love it because you can protect me, but at the same time, I'm like, I have to really try to adapt and blend in with him, his family, and, you know, the whole being. So,
Tell me what the major problem with his family is.
for instance, there was a time we went on a date together, and then it became a couples date. It became, well, let me invite them, and we can have a good time. It's like they're always there,
right,
you know.
Right.
There's no time for me, you know.
Right.
And me and him to really try to build a foundation.
As a couple, he's
As a
always
couple.
inviting the family. Now, just relax a little bit and think it through. Is it a fact that you often invite your family members to come along when, in fact, maybe the two of you should be spending time alone?
Well, we spend time alone. I feel we spend a lot of time alone, Your Honor. I feel like some events, you know, maybe that particular event she talking about, I did probably invite people, but I be feeling like the more the merrier. Because sometimes we'll go out, like we went out just me and her. This is not too long ago. And she'll wander off, just start looking. And we'll walk together, and then next thing you know, I turn around.
She
I'm
gone.
Like, she gone? I'm like, why you didn't tell me you stopped? She like, I just wanted to watch the waterfalls and all. Well, can't we do it together?
Let me ask you, I want to get on more solid ground. You have concerns about how much money he gives his family, right?
Yeah.
You're worried about
Let's
that.
be
Tell
honest.
me
Let's
about
be that.
that.
Let's get to that.
I feel like they treat him like a personal ATM. You know, my children can be in need of something. Our children can be in need of something. They want to sign up for a baseball game just recently, a baseball team. You know, they want to play baseball. And it'll be like, no, we have to shut that down because we can't afford that right now. But as soon as family calls and needs money for books, it's, can you put money on my bill? Can you, how you doing today?
No.
But can I borrow $20 at the end of the conversation? You know,
No, I mean,
we
it's
need
true,
this,
family always
we need
begging
that.
on
That's true, but you know, I got a little soft spot
How
for
many
my people.
emergencies does your family have? I mean, is it an emergent kind of family? Like every week, somebody got a crisis?
Yes,
Yeah.
every week there's a crisis.
Yeah, you can wean those people off you.
I ain't gonna say I give in every week, though. But I can say they know who to come to.
Yeah.
But
Mr. Burnett, I want to ask you. You say you don't really trust her, and I want to know why. Mrs. Burnett, that came out here quoting scripture. Can you tell me what happened?
They were too close. These folks were in our bedroom. They were always at our house. They were always spending the night. So I got tired of it. And when he left me for the last time, I said, okay, well, this is going to be a revenge.
So, Mr. Burnett, why do you say you don't trust your wife?
Well, I got trust issues. I trust real hard. But the reason why I think my recent trust issues been so pressure on her is because an event happened and I found out she had an affair with a family member of mine.
Mrs. Burnett, that came out here quoting scripture.
Well, Your Honor.
Can you tell me what happened?
What happened was they were too close. These folks were in our bedroom. They were always at our house. They were always spending the night. So I got tired of it. And when he left me for the last time, I said, okay, well, this is going to be a revenge.
When he
to
left
show
you?
He left me. Before this even happened, he was very skeptical of me and the family relationship. I would tell him, like, they're flirting. Your family is they say one thing 1 minute, but behind your back, this is what they're doing. And I've been trying to warn him about that. So this particular time, he left. And I stayed in the hometown, and I did that as a revenge. I meant nothing to me. I did that to show him that this is the reason why we keep separating, because of family.
Give me some examples of the manner in which his family intercedes or gets into your life. Tell me what goes on that you shouldn't think should be going on.
Gatherings every weekend. Like, if someone needs a place to stay, they're always welcome to come into the Burnett's house. We got a couch for you, we got a room for you. You can eat here, you can sleep here, however many days you need to.
Yeah.
You loaning money, you're making them too close and comfortable to your wife when we're supposed to have this castle, in my eyes, untouchable. We're trying to build something, but you keep letting them in. It's kind of, it's very condescending when he does that, and it sends me the wrong messages. For instance, if he has studio sessions, once we had our own studio and everything, and he was rapping, I was singing, and things like that, like he'll invite them in, it'd be free studio time, and then they'll spend the night, and it's just too much for your wife. And I was trying to let him know that in a way that I could, but he wasn't listening. You be drinking, they get in trouble, it's things that I have to sit
you guys
with
had a
him.
culture clash going on because of the way his family conducted business. They were the drop by, lend me $1, I'll stay here, flip-flopping, and all that kind of family, and that's not how you were raised. Is that accurate?
It's true. Everything she's touched on is true, Your Honor, but in a way, when she say the weekends thing, and it was clearly business, like music.
I got you.
So it was just about that. So it wasn't like, oh, okay, we having this big old house party every weekend.
I understand very clearly what's going on, and I understand both of your points of view. And we're going to discuss that momentarily. Before we do, however, I do want to touch on the issue of your temper, because I do understand it is so bad that you were court-ordered to attend anger management, and I want to know why. What do you need from him right now that I could possibly deliver to you?
I think now she gets more anger now.
The fact that he cuts me off and doesn't even care to listen.
Her anger.
You can help me with that.
Did you hear what just happened there?
I heard what she said, but I didn't want to throw that point out there.
What happened that caused you to be court-ordered to anger management?
Well, I did something that I regretted. It was due to my temper. I've been in anger management before then. I never had no father figure to, help me deal and control with some of my emotions and my feelings.
That is no excuse.
Can you give
it's not
me
an excuse, but it's the truth.
Can you give me an idea what you did? Because I don't know what we're talking about.
The main thing I did, I took something from took this person's belongings, took his belongings and, physically
tore him
handling them. Yeah. So threw him around, took his stuff. Yeah. Police got involved.
Yeah, it was just a hot mess.
It was a mess. I was younger. I did
volatile.
Hot, young, and not only that, just being in, like she say, I grew up in probably the streets.
Streets, right? Yeah.
So gang members.
It's how you conduct business is a whole different way of.
Now today,
I got you. I'm with you.
I'm a different person.
Ms. Burnett, has he graduated? He came up from a circumstance that was a little muddy and lumpy and bumpy, but has he become a little smoother as time has gone on?
Yes. Sometimes, he's learned to cope with his anger through that anger management. And I walked him through it. Like, we would do yoga together. We would exercise together. We would go back to church and, just try to fill our temple with something positive.
Right.
And he's done way better with that, and I give him that.
What do you need from him right now that I could possibly deliver to you?
I think now she gets more anger now.
The fact that he cuts me off and doesn't even care to listen.
Her anger.
You can help me with that.
Did you hear what just happened there?
I heard what she said, but I didn't want to throw that point out there. Because I think that anger from the past is now she become more of an aggressive one. It's like two lions in a cage, like when we get upset at each other. And
everybody's mad.
I'm not used to, somebody coming at me forcefully. And I don't know how to react. Like, I ain't gonna say I never put a later finger on.
If you put a cat in a corner, it's gonna come out scratching.
Tell me about when he made you quit the choir.
Just, you know, just being too controlling. I'm not there all the time at home, you know, so he calls me a hypocrite because I'm basically doing things for the church. I'm cooking, you know, and assisting with the church. 10 at night, yeah. Sometimes we go overboard. Praise the Lord. You know, I'm not out doing anything that.
Listen, if I'm gonna be married, like, I feel like marriage is a two-way street. Like, I want a woman there with me. You gonna be there with the church, then you might as well go be with the church. That's just how I feel. At 10 at night, you need to be at home with me.
I see it.
And
I
the
see
family.
it. Took me a minute, but I see it. Tell you what I see. Mr. Burnett, I'm gonna have a conversation. That conversation is gonna be with you. However, I'll take that back. I'm not gonna have a conversation. I'm gonna tell you some stuff. Okay. And I don't want you to say anything, because I like you. I think you're a good guy. I think you got a fantastic wife. I think your problem is you don't have the appropriate script to read off of. You were raised in a choppy lifestyle. And I know the culture class that you were having, because when you're raised in that kind of choppy, disassembled lifestyle where everybody's hanging out and people drop by and everybody groups up and gets all that kind of stuff and everybody's having a crisis and you pass around money and you loan your car and he needs to flop over here, that's how you conduct your business. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But once you get married, you and your wife have to sit down and decide what kind of life you're gonna live. Because for a lot of people, including me, I'm not a drop-by kind of chick. I don't care who it is. I don't care in my family. If you gonna want to come by, you got to call. And if you need some money, I'm not your girl. I know I got a lot of it, but it's mine. And hallelujah. I work for it. So if I want my dollar over here, that's where I'm gonna put it. And if you come from a family where that's not how you do business, it drives a person who doesn't do business that way absolutely mad, because she feels like she's not in control of her own circumstance. She feels that the walls are down in her house and she's exposed. She can't control her own space. That doesn't make you a bad guy, but it makes the two of you on a different playing field. I wrote a book called Making Marriage Work, and it's about how, when you get married, how you change how you have a conversation and conduct your business, the conversations that you need to have to make everybody comfortable. I think you're a good dude. I like you too.
Thank you.
But you got to give her a chance by giving her some calm and some peace in her own home. And don't think of compromise and requests as weakness. Think of it as strength. Anybody can be loud and burly and with it, but it takes a real man to say, hey baby, what do you need? Okay, cool. I'll do what you need before I'll take care of what I need. You can't be a weak guy and do that. And I'm gonna ask you to be a strong guy to keep this beautiful woman that you got in your household, because you're a good dude and you deserve to have a good marriage. You with me on that?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna send you to somebody to get you started, but good luck. I'm gonna check up on you because I think you're good people. You just need a new script to read from. Best of luck to both of you. This matter is a game.
I think we might have to go our separate ways. I don't think he really understands the concept of family and control issues, and anger is just really torn a hole between us.
I came here wanting to save my marriage, but if it's not working or if it feels like it's a hostile, most important, we need to save each other from, maybe save each other from being married.
Today on Divorce Court.
I'm in divorce court today because I thought I was marrying Mr. Right, but he turned out to be Mr. Wrong.
I would describe Kimberly as selfish, lazy, delusional, and narcissistic.
The money has stopped and the drama with his family has began. It's just become horrible.
Kimberly's relationship with my family is so toxic that if it had a fume to it, then we would all have to clear the room right now.
I didn't marry his family, and he needs to stop them from interrupting our marriage.
In order for me to stay in this marriage, Kimberly would basically have to turn back time.
I feel that my relationship, it started as a love bomb, but now the affection and the attention has just completely disappeared.
Divorce court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Kimberly Tizeno and Willie Bessler. The two of you, get this, been together for 6 months, married for 3 months. You're already here to get a divorce. So, and Ms. Tizeno wants transitional support. So I'm going to start with you, Ms. Tizeno. Why don't you tell me how this happened?
Sure. Let me tell you first how we met. I had just moved to Vegas. I wasn't having a lot of luck in the dating scene. Most of the guys in Vegas were like really cheap, didn't want to take me to nice restaurants, so I decided to be spontaneous one day and I put an ad on Craigslist, just asking for a date on Friday night, just somebody to take me out to a nice restaurant and enjoy their company. So Willie responded. We exchanged numbers. We had a conversation on the phone. He sounded very intelligent. We talked about restaurants and gambling. I just thought this is the perfect guy. So shortly thereafter, we set up a date for the very next day. We went to a really, really nice restaurant. After the restaurant, he took me gambling. He gave me money to gamble, which was like unheard of for a guy from Vegas. So I was really, really liking it. After that, we went out continuously every day to casinos. We would do staycations in nice hotel rooms. It was like a fantasy. One day, he told me that I would be his wife, and I just kind of laughed it off like...
How long had you been together?
We had only been dating
that?
for like 2 weeks at that point. And I was like, yeah, he's joking. But we continued seeing each other every single day, going out, just having lots and lots of fun. And then he brought it up again, and I told him that typically I don't date men with kids. He has 3 adult children. He told me, oh, no problem. My children are adults. They don't really bother me. They live out of town, so you'll never have to have any interaction. I'm very selfish. I want my husband all for myself. That's why I married him.
It's nice to be self-aware. It really is. If you're selfish, you need to know.
Yeah, and I know that, and I told him, and he was like, he was okay with it. So after we went on dates, I really became really comfortable with him, and I saw myself wanting to be with him forever if that type of treatment would last.
So Mr. Belser, let me ask you this. So far, is she accurate with what she's told me?
For the most part, it wasn't every day. We were together every other day because she had to rest every other day.
She had to rest from the whining and dining?
From us spending time together, she had to rest every other day.
Now, you're a disabled vet. You could keep going, but she had to rest.
Well, that is true. I had to get my beauty rest on some days.
I have multiple sclerosis, and I require rest because of my disability.
MS, right.
But I can go twice as much as her any day.
Right, okay.
That's true.
What did you see in her in 2 weeks that made you tell her, you're going to be my wife?
Judge Toler, she was so awesome in the beginning. She's a beautiful lady. We spent 4 hours just talking in the restaurant. And I mean, it was some little silly things that happened. Like I didn't get a chance to change my pants before we came out, and I had on some sweatpants. So I changed my pants in the car while she was standing outside. I was like, if I would have known that things were going to go this way, I would strip at every first date.
But that was funny.
She just showed me so much attention. She showed me that she cared. You know, she was giving me everything that I needed. I don't know if it was because of me coming from an emotional place. I had just lost my youngest daughter in January. She was 17. She died from a rare blood disease.
I'm so very sorry.
Yeah, but she was filling the void that
you had the right woman at the right time with the, with the right amount of joy and love. You say that the moment he said I do, everything changed. What happened?
Everything changed. For me, the pivotal moment was, I'm now your wife. I need control. So I asked for his phone. I started going through his phone. I started seeing text messages from his daughter. She has kids. She has a baby daddy, but she's asking my husband for money on a regular basis. And not just small amounts, like anywhere from a couple hundreds to a couple thousands. And not only her, but also his ex-wife is also texting him and asking for money and messaging him on Facebook. And so when I confront him about this, he's like, this is my family. I have to have a relationship with my ex-wife in order to have a relationship with my adult kids, which I don't understand. And he was just like, it's not going to change.
Let me ask you a question. You said, I am now your wife, so I need control. Did you have any inkling that he was doing anything wrong before you decided to go through his phone?
No, not really. I'm just a very
you
curious
just felt
person.
that was your right.
Yeah.
As wife. Mr. Belser, what is your take on what happened after you said I do?
I didn't really feel like, anything changed as far as what I was doing. The only difference was she saw texts of things that I was already doing before we got married.
And you stopped spending money on me as much. We stopped going out.
Did that? Why don't you tell me? You say the whining and dining stopped, the gambling. What happened?
So I put two and two together after reading those texts. I'm no longer getting as much because his daughter is asking for money, his ex-wife is asking for money, and that's taking money away from the household and me.
Mr. Belser, once you got married, did you stop whining and dining her?
No, ma'am. I have a totally different take on what happened.
Tell me.
Kimberly, after reading the text, like she said to you, she put two and two together. She has a tendency to jump to conclusions. Because I am disabled, because of all the things that I was doing, she would say stuff like, well, we need to put together a savings, and I don't want you doing this, and I don't want you doing that, because I feel like it may hurt you. And I said, you know what? Just be who you were when we met, and everything will be fine. You just stay the way you were. And it was more like her own concerns and her own jumping to conclusions that led her to believe that things had to change, and therefore she changed the way she was. I didn't change what I would do for her. Kimberly knows that I would give her anything if I could, but I didn't try to give her any less, and I wasn't giving her any less than she asked for.
But she found out you had more, so she was entitled. She felt entitled to that increase.
I don't really have a lot, Your Honor. Yeah. I'm just a very thrifty gentleman. I'm a U.S. Marine Corps veteran, so our motto is adapt and overcome, and that's what I do.
Right? He was a Marine.
All right, Dodo.
All right. I got a picture of the beginning and the whining and the dining and the perspectives of both parties with regard to that. But now I want to talk about the duties of husband and wife and how you feel that those things weren't being met.
He suggested that one of his friends move in and do those things for us. And I was completely in agreement. I don't have to cook or clean, and she'll do it, sure. So she moves in. But little do I know, this friend who's only supposed to be cleaning and cooking, she's also trying to take my husband.
Now, Mr. Belser has indicated that he's unhappy or became unhappy once you got married because you wouldn't do any domestic duties. You don't work outside the home, correct?
That is correct.
And he says you didn't do anything in it. You say, however, that you weren't the domestic type, and you told him that up front. Why don't you tell me about the arguments you've had regarding your domesticity or lack thereof?
I told him from the beginning, first of all, there's a huge age difference. I am 33, he is 46. So he has the opportunity to marry a younger woman. I hope he didn't think that just came with no stipulations. I told him that I don't cook, I don't clean, and he was okay with that. He was like, that's fine. So I guess after we got married, he noticed that I really wasn't going to do it, and the house just got a little bad. So he suggested that one of his friends move in and do those things for us. And I was completely in agreement. I don't have to cook or clean, and she'll do it, sure. So she moves in. But little do I know, this friend who's only supposed to be cleaning and cooking, she's also trying to take my husband.
What was she doing?
I saw a text where she said, I love you. He didn't know I saw that. Also, one day they were in the kitchen and they didn't know I was there. She slapped him on the butt. I went back in the room and I didn't say anything. I didn't confront them there. I went back in the room and I asked him about it, and he said he didn't notice it, which I don't understand how he wouldn't feel this lady's hand slapping him on the butt.
I thought it was you because you were saying.
She's much bigger than me.
Now, Mr. Belser, what's your take on the domestic issue?
First of all, when we were dating, she did at least attempt to cook for me on multiple occasions. It wasn't like she said, "I'm never going to do it."
We were always dining out.
but you attempted to cook as
It
well.
was maybe some leftovers.
And
did she tell you she wasn't the domestic type, though? Did she tell you that?
She did tell me she wasn't the domestic type, but my caregiver was there for that capacity. I had caregivers that visited, and I have a live-in caregiver.
Did you expect her to become that way once you got married? Did you?
I didn't change my expectations. If she would have kept doing exactly what she did when we got married, I would have been just fine.
But you say she stopped. She stopped doing
She
anything.
stopped. Well, what she started doing was harping on every negative thing that she could possibly do. One of her favorite sayings is, marriage is hard. And my answer to her is, when you take actions to make it hard, of course it's going to be hard.
Okay. The woman that you moved in is Robin Huff. She is here. So I would like to hear from her. Ms. Huff, how are you?
Good.
Good. Now, I understand that you were Mr. Belser's caregiver before he got married. Is that correct?
Long before,
Long
yes.
before he got married.
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Huff, what did you see of Ms. Tizino? What did you think of her?
She puts an entirely new meaning on the word lazy. Don't get out of bed before noon.
No.
She wouldn't lift a finger to do anything.
That's what you're here for.
She never.
You're the maid.
I am not the maid. I'm the caregiver, his caregiver, not your
I've come to
personal
find that
servant.
out.
She knew he was disabled and sick before she married him. She refuses to do anything for him.
That's what you're there for.
Before I got there, she would allow him to go by himself. He has blackouts and seizures. It's not safe for him to be alone, but she didn't care. She let him go by himself because she wanted to sleep. That was more important to her than his safety.
Mm-hmm. Clearly, there is no love lost here. But I want to make sure there isn't anything inappropriate going on over here. So I want to talk about your true feelings for Mr. Belser and if things aren't a little more complicated than they appear.
So I'm not like her. I don't have to try to earn his love. I'm not trying to get with him. I already have him. She's trying to get with him, so she does any and everything he says.
Ms. Huff, let me ask you, and I want you to be honest. Do you have a thing for Mr. Belser? Would you like to replace her? Do you have a response to Ms. Huff's comments that she made about your lack of, it's not just the cooking and cleaning. She says you didn't even look after his needs, his physical and health needs. What do you have to say to that?
Well, with Willie, I always ask him before he goes or does anything if he's okay, if he needs my help. If he does not ask for it, then I assume that he does not need it. So I'm not like her. I don't have to try to earn his love. I'm not trying to get with him. I already have him. She's trying to get with him, so she does any and everything he says. I can recall one time I didn't want to drive to a casino just because it was so late at night, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. He calls her 5 minutes later, she's in the driveway waiting. Like, she hops out of bed. She just jumps at his every command, and I'm not going to do that.
Ms. Huff, let me ask you, and I want you to be honest. Do you have a thing for Mr. Belser? Would you like to replace her?
No.
You never had a crush on him?
No, he is like a little brother to me.
So why'd you text him, I love you?
Because I love him like a brother.
Like a brother.
Yeah.
Oh, really.
Mr. Belser, I understand things got very contentious between these two and remain so. Is that accurate?
Yes, ma'am. No.
Why not ask Ms. Huff to leave because she is your wife?
That's funny. There was actually a large altercation between the two of them. They were using me as the middle guy when something bothered each one of them. And I basically told them in a car one day, you know, if you need to talk to her about something, you need to talk to her. If you need to talk to her, speaking to both of them. Don't put me in the middle. But they continued to put me in the middle for certain things. And there was a large verbal altercation between Kimberly and Robin in the hallway of my home. And basically, it was put out there. I told Robin straight up, Kimberly is my wife. If she wants you gone, you're going to have to leave. And she said, when do you want me to go? But her and Kimberly were talking. I did say, Kimberly, now you realize if she leaves, then some of the duties that she's doing, you're going to have to take up the slack. And then she said, well, you have a good point. There's no need for her to go.
Yeah, if she can separate the two, cleaning, cooking, that is her duty, not trying to get with my husband. If she can distinguish between the two, we wouldn't have a problem.
I got it. I know what's happening. I understand as you leave from this 3-month marriage, you would like $3,000 in transitional support, and we will discuss that. Ms. Huff, thank you so much for your perspective and for your care of our former Marine here. And please have a seat. And I want to talk to these two. Ms. Tazina, why do you believe you are entitled to transitional support?
Well, Willie takes care of the finances. When I noticed that I wasn't able to do as much, I wasn't able to gamble as much because I just figured that we were having money issues, I told him I wanted to get a job. And he told me no. He wouldn't let me use the car to even attempt to go look for a job, so I'm left without any money. He canceled all my credit cards. He took me off of the bank account, so I'm pretty much destitute. So he needs to give me that money so that I can try to get a place, which in Vegas, a place is like $800 a month plus utilities.
Were you working when you met him?
Sometimes, yes.
Mr. Belcher, your response to that, did you actively preclude her from getting a job?
No, ma'am. This is taken out of perspective. What she does is she will apply and go to interviews, and she started 4 jobs since we've been together, and none of them lasted past the second day at lunchtime.
And why is that? Because every time I start a job, he says we have to go out of town somewhere. We've been to California, Cincinnati in like the last couple of weeks, so I couldn't work.
No, the jobs, you quit the jobs before the traveling.
Trips. No. He would always tell me that we have...
Mr. Belcher, are you done?
Judge Toler, I love Kimberly to death, and if she could be the woman that I met in the beginning, I would spend the rest of my life with her. But she has a level of delusion and dysfunction that is beyond tolerable.
Right. So you're done?
Yes, ma'am.
That's game, and that's fun. Anybody can be delightful during the dating process. Anybody can be fun and lighthearted and free. But when you show up in the beginning of a relationship talking about what you're not going to do and let another woman in the house, all that kind of stuff, that's who she is for real. And she wants the money and she wants the swag and she wants the fun, but offers you nothing. You're disabled and she's not helping you out. She's not caring for you. Let me tell you what. Delusional is an accurate term. If you think I'm going to let you come in here, your little sad admonishments about I'm not domestic notwithstanding, you showed up not a wife, you showed up with no heart, you showed up with no care, you showed up with no concern, you did nothing for the brother got nothing from you, and you're not going to get anything from me. This matter is adjourned.
He made it clear that he really doesn't want to be with me any longer. Possibly we are going to go with a divorce. If that is the case, I would definitely always want to be friends because we have great times together. We have a lot in common. So I would definitely love to have a very lasting relationship as a friend if that's all that we can maintain.
I lost my daughter, and a lot of family members felt that I was coming at this relationship from a place of pure emotions, filling a void or whatever, and I don't feel that way. I hate that I did lose my daughter, but Kimberly didn't have anything to do with trying to fill anything that was missing in my life from that.
Today on Divorce Court.
My wife is having issues with me playing video games at night and sleeping half the day.
I took the video console and pawned it to get his attention back on me and his family.
I don't know what would happen if I didn't play video games.
Christopher would rather do anything with technology as opposed to having sex with me.
In 2010, I was diagnosed with PTSD. Video games kind of help me relieve stress so I don't have an episode.
Chris and I could talk better through texting or messengers as opposed to talking face to face.
It's easier for me to say it through text or message because I can't see her facial features or her emotions.
I want to try to spend the rest of my life with Chris, but he needs to get on my level or he's going to get left behind.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Heather Hamrick and Christopher Jones. The two of you have been together for 7 years, married for 2, and you have 1 child together, aged 4. The two of you are here trying to save your marriage. There are difficulties that you have been having, so I had you take one of my compatibility tests, and we'll talk about that momentarily. But Ms. Hamrick, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your marriage and why you're here in divorce court today?
Our marriage is a little rocky. My husband tends to play video games quite often as opposed to spending time with his family, and we're here to try to work on that and see if we can get his sleeping habits back in the court.
Now, when you say quite often, what do you mean?
He plays them pretty much every day when the game console is available.
Every day, okay. Now, is it every day for 5 minutes, every day for an hour, every day?
It's been up to 10 hours in a day.
I wasn't ready for that. Now, we're going to check with Mr. Jones to see if that's accurate. Mr. Jones, do you agree that you do, in fact, play video games 10 hours a day?
Yes.
That's a lot. Are you fighting and shooting, or are you racing cars? What are you doing?
My particular favorites are the first-person shooters.
Oh, first person. So you would,
Yes.
with behind the point, I got sons, I know. Let me ask you this. How long have you been playing that much video games?
Since I can remember age 3, playing Atari.
Has your consumption of the medium been extreme the whole way through? Or has it grown over the years?
It has grown. I guess into adulthood, I could do what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. And can I ask you this? Do you feel that, as a 30-year-old man, 10 hours a day of video games is something that's appropriate to do?
Maybe not in normal circumstances.
Okay. What are the circumstances you believe allows this to be appropriate in the context of this relationship?
I have PTSD.
Okay. Are you being treated for it?
Not currently. I'm in transition. We just moved back home to West Virginia.
Okay. Let me ask Ms. Hamburg. Have you noticed an uptick in his game playing, and do you see it as a function of the PTSD? And do you see other behaviors that are concerning to you as a function of his PTSD?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I understand that this could be a coping mechanism, the gaming situation. But I don't see where he needs to game from, some days he gets up noon, sometimes 4 o'clock in the evening. He'll spend a little time with us. When the sun goes to bed, he'll game all night.
Okay.
Sometimes, depending on the level he gets to and the interaction, if he's on Wi-Fi, he may even stay up a little bit longer playing that game.
What is he not doing that you need him to do because he's spending his time playing games?
I need him to be dad. I need him to be a husband. I need him to help with laundry and chase kids and mow grass. I need him to give me a little more affection and attention, push my buttons instead of the controller buttons.
Right. Mr. Jones, my understanding is you quit your job in order to play video games. Is that accurate?
No, ma'am.
Because I put a whole lot of exclamation points beside that. Because I'm all about making money. Did that happen?
No, ma'am.
You say it happened.
I let him get it out of the pawn shop. I take his electronics sometimes and I pawn them. Sometimes I use the money for me and things that I want because it makes me feel better in this situation. But he was working. He was doing great. We went to the pawn shop. We got his game console out. 2 days later, he quit his job. Said he couldn't cope because he had transitioned from one section to another section and used his PTSD as a reason why he couldn't do the job anymore. And then he continued staying up all night playing games.
I know you believe he has PTSD, but do you believe that he is using that as an excuse to do things that he simply wants to do and that aren't a function of his coping with that particular condition?
I think that he uses my empathy and sympathy towards knowing what PTSD is to get his way to just be lazy sometimes, yeah.
Though we do not at all suggest you do not have PTSD, and I do not at all suggest I know what it's like or how it is or what it is to cope with, but do you believe that at any point in time you might be pulling out that card when it really isn't about that? It's about what you want to do.
No.
Never.
No.
Not a little bit.
I would not use my disability as a crutch.
Sometimes you end up doing that unintentionally. Can you leave your mind open to the possibility that that may have occurred?
I recall going into PTSD episodes and not knowing about it. So
When did you get PTSD? What was the incident that occurred?
I served in Iraq for a year in a combat situation.
Right.
Saw things that
I could not imagine. I get that. I get that I don't get it. And I want to respect that. But we do know that your concentration on video games preceded Iraq. Now, it may have exacerbated the problem, or it may be the way that you've chosen to cope with it, but I just want you to leave your mind open to the possibility. And the reason I want you to be open to the possibility, because I got the man here in the courtroom. I have Dr. Stephen L. Mandel here. He is an expert on PTSD. So what I don't know, what you don't know, and what he doesn't know, he's going to fill us in on, so we know exactly what we're dealing with here. Why don't you give me an assessment of what you're seeing, what you feel is going on, and how you think they can best approach the problem?
Chris's devotion to gaming preceded his trauma by many decades, a couple decades anyway.
Right. Mr. Jones, we were discussing your very real struggle with PTSD, and I don't know a lot about it, so I brought an expert in to help me out. His name is Dr. Stephen L. Mandel, and I'll ask him to come forward at this time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Dr. Mandel. Doctor, if you could just give me a brief recitation of your credentials and what you know about PTSD, and then tell me a little bit about the syndrome and things that you think I may not understand.
Well, I'm Dr. Stephen Mandel. I treat PTSD. PTSD is very frequently accompanied by suicidal thinking and by depression.
Let me ask you this, Dr. Mandel. You've heard the testimony here today.
Yeah.
You've been briefed on the circumstances. Why don't you give me an assessment of what you're seeing, what you feel is going on, and how you think they can best approach the problem?
Well, Your Honor, I was very impressed with your line of questioning. And I have a lot of respect for Chris and a lot of respect for PTSD. It's a horrible affliction. It's one that those of us who don't have it really should get that we don't get it.
Right.
On the other hand, Chris's devotion to gaming preceded his trauma by many decades, or a couple decades anyway.
Right.
It's a great refuge. Now, games are actually used in therapy, in desensitization, and in getting people calmed down. This first-person shooter thing really helps people as part of a program to relieve their PTSD. As a way of avoidance, though, it's not especially constructive. It's not therapeutic. It isn't getting Chris where Chris says he wants to be.
And you believe there are other means by which he can approach this problem. And in doing so with the gaming, this is what I think, and I just want to know if I'm wrong. I believe he's self-soothing with it, and it's successful, but he's taken it to the point where the soothing part has overtaken his life and become a problem in and of itself.
I think you're quite right.
Oh, okay. Well, I like you already. Mr. Jones, do you have any questions for him?
Not really. He pretty much.
Did you hear what he said?
He explained amicably. So.
Can you hear it without it pushing buttons, without it being offensive, or without you feeling attacked?
Yes.
I hope so, because I know that's not my intention. I believe it's not the judge's intention either. If you get where this is in terms of enabling you to make the choices that are going to lead you forward in life, then you really can get on board with participating in getting it moderated a little.
Dr. Mandel, thank you so very much. I appreciate your expertise and wisdom in this matter, and I appreciate you coming to court today.
Thank you very much.
Please, you can return to your seat. I'm not going to claim expert just because I listened to him. He's still an expert. But what I am going to do is try to take you on that first step past self-soothing to the extent that your family is neglected, to be able to put you on a path to be soothed and to be in command of the way you manage your PTSD, and possibly on to new things that allows your family to thrive and you to thrive as well. Do you think that's something you'd like to do?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, let's work on that. But I understand that cheating has played a role in your distress in your marriage.
I can count at least 4 indiscretions that he's had or more.
Now, Mr. Jones, do you care to deny that, own it, or go somewhere in between? I want to use today as an opportunity for you to reset. And I can't fix PTSD, but I want to reset your approach to it a little bit, and approach to your family, because your family is crying. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
You said something about something your 4-year-old said to you, and I want you to repeat it here to him.
Remember when we lived in North Carolina? What was Alden's favorite day?
Sunday.
And why was that?
That's when Daddy was home.
And now Daddy's home every day. And he still waits for Sunday.
Because you're home, but you're not there. I don't want you to feel bad because of the manner in which you soothe, but I don't want the manner in which you soothe to run your life. People who end up hoarding or drinking or using drugs, a lot of them are soothing from trauma, and the manner in which you soothe becomes the problem itself. And there are places you can go and people you can see to assist you in finding ways to soothe that allows you to be a husband and a father and a dude that has a life that has expectations beyond the next level of whatever game you happen to be on. That's all I'm trying to say. You with me?
Yes,
because I'm loving on you here. May not sound like it, but I am. Once we get there, I'm going to make a sharp left turn. But I understand that cheating has played a role in your distress in your marriage, and I want you to tell me who's been cheating, how it's happened, and how you found out about it.
We live in a small town. Everybody knows everybody. Everyone knows everyone's business, pretty much. And a friend of mine heard another female talking about how she was pregnant and couldn't find the dad. And that got rumored back to me, and it turns out that it was Christopher, who could have been the dad. And we kind of squabbled around it for a couple tries, and he finally confessed of the situation.
Was that his only misstep?
No.
Can you give me a count, a head count?
I can count at least 4 indiscretions that he's had or more.
Now, Mr. Jones, do you care to deny that, own it, or go somewhere in between?
I only recall 2.
You only recall 2?
Unless she's counting the times with that certain person.
Now that we've gone there, let's go here. Not only has he cheated on you, my understanding is you've cheated on him, and more than once. So that's what we're going to talk about now. Ms. Hamrick, Mr. Jones says that you slept with his nemesis from high school. How did you pick him and why'd you do it?
I did sleep with a friend of mine. He's never done anything bad to me. Now him and Christopher didn't get along. That's okay. That's him and Chris. They're not sleeping together. He was my comfort.
Why did you feel that it was okay for you to have sex with somebody else outside of your marriage? Was it a revenge cheat?
Yes, partially. Before Christopher and I got married, when we had our son, we decided to get us a place. We finally acquired us a little trailer, had us a little home. All of a sudden, about 3 months into it, Christopher said he didn't know why, but he didn't want us there. So we moved. Well, we was still trying to work it out because Chris and I have a very long history. You know, we've had it off and on for 7 years. I told him once, if you don't give me what I want, I'll find it somewhere else. I said it in private. The second time, I said it in mutual company. If you don't give me the attention that I want, I'll find it somewhere else. The third time, I embarrassed him in front of everyone and had one of my downstairs pick me up at his home and take me down the road. And I got what I wanted.
This is a save my marriage. I'm not Hercules, but I'm gonna lift as much as I can. The way you run a marriage is that you take it and you put borders around it. This is the country Hamrick Jones. And in that country Hamrick Jones, you bring all your problems, all your troubles, all your concerns, and you share them amongst one another. You don't take your distress out beyond the borders of the country and engage with other people with it. The deep thing I found about people in divorce court is they always feel justified in the dirt that they do. And I was feeling this way, so I did that thing. When you feel this way, you ought to have that conversation and determine how you're going to deal with it in the context of that confines of that marriage. Marriage is hard, but it can be a beautiful thing because it can be a place of trust and rest and comfort and calm, but not if you choose to satisfy yourself, to soothe yourself in places outside the country. Mr. Jones, thank you for serving our country. Thank you for going out there and fighting that fight to help defend us and keep us. Thank you. And whatever you suffer from as a function of that great gift that you gave to all of us, you make sure that you don't accommodate it. You fight that too. Computer games are easy. Fighting the real fight is always hard. And you start that fight with holding her hand, telling her what she needs, and go look for it together. We had Dr. Mandel here. He told you something. He may be able to tell you a little more. I have somebody out there who's going to give you help finding what you need in your area. But you understand that you have to fight that fight, not just soothe the feeling. You with me?
Yes, ma'am.
And don't be running around because you can't get at home. You take care of your business and stay with your man. You too. Keep your extremities to yourself. And good luck to both of you. Today, new beginning, right here, right now. My best to you both. This matter is adjourned.
Today in court, it was brought about my indiscretions, but people don't understand how much it's on us as the spouse, how much we go through. We walk on eggshells. We try to avoid the triggers. We protect our children, but we're still people. We still need love. We still need affection. We still need touched. And that was the goal, was to get him to see what he was doing to us. I guess we're just gonna have to work on it and see what happens. Hopefully he gets his help and I behave myself and just works out for our son. That's the most important thing.